welcome to this episode of The Daily. My name is Brendan Malone. Well, last week on social media, I saw some commentary floating around that's been chucked around. People were suggesting that absolute pacifism is a Catholic virtue that we should all be embracing. No, it's not. It's not. And I think what's going on here is perhaps people are confusing pacifism with martyrdom. They're not the same thing. Martyrdom is actually about sacrificing your life for the greater good or for the good of others, and it is actually a form of resistance, of fighting back, if you like. It's in a different form, but that's really what it is. As opposed to pacifism or absolute pacifism, which is just this total refusal to ever fight or be engaged in any sort of military conflict or use of force against another person. Well, that's certainly how I understand the term absolute pacifism. In actual fact, there are plenty of occasions where the use of legitimate force to protect innocent persons is not only morally acceptable, but I would argue it's probably even the morally right thing to do. As I think I've said this in a previous episode, I don't know of any situation or any pacifist who doesn't also want their state, their government, to operate a police force that can protect them and can use force to protect them should they become the victim of unjust aggression. So this idea that we should all be embracing absolute pacifism, I think what it comes from is that people don't really make important distinctions when these sort of moral issues get thrown onto the table. And people often... it's like a lot of things. Emotion sort of starts to rule the day. And they think about the emotion involved in unjust wars that different countries have got involved in, and then they start thinking that all war is the same. So every war is unjust just because some wars or a lot of recent wars have been unjust and they were immoral and should have never happened, that therefore it's immoral for all uses of military force. That isn't the Catholic position. That isn't a good moral position to adopt. I think there's a lot of reasons why the common good actually requires the just war doctrine, because you actually need peace. Peace isn't just something that happens in the absence of conflict. And peace is something that has to be maintained and safeguarded and protected. And at times that means that you're going to have the military stepping up to protect the innocent from unjust aggression. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on The Daily.